What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So the first men's open bodybuilding show after the Olympia this year, that is in the history books and the results are out. And as predicted after the prejudging, Rafael Brandao wins the show and earns his Olympia qualification for 2025. So was it close between Rafael Brandao and Akim Williams? Now as per the pictures, especially those HD pictures, it was actually close. In fact, so many people think that Akim Williams deserved the victory here. So let's take a look at all of the poses. The front double biceps, that could have gone either way. Now Rafael Brandao won the front lat spread on the basis of bare symmetry and the fact that he has bare flow. The side chest and the side tricep, that wasn't even close between Rafael Brandao and Akim destroyed everyone in those poses. Now that back double biceps, that is clearly Rafael's pose, but for some reason, people think that both of Akim's back shots, they are weak. But I think the back lat spread, that was such a close shot between both these guys. And I think that shot could have gone either way. Brandao takes the abs and thigh shot, and the most muscular in my opinion, that went towards Akim Williams. So in my opinion and as per the pictures, I think Rafael Brandao was able to beat Akim by a huge margin in just one shot, and that is the back double biceps. But Akim beat him so convincingly in both of those side shots, the side chest and the side tricep. So let's just wait for the scorecards to come out for this show. Because while most of us think it was such a close call between both these guys, but I have got to say do not be surprised if Rafael Brandao got the perfect scores for the win here. Now I do think that this was a close show, but on the flip side, I do not think that Akim Williams was robbed here. But still calling it like it wasn't even close between both these guys, that isn't fair either. With that said, this also brings the season to an end for Rafael Brandao. And I have got to say Rafael Brandao, he desperately needs to get some rest, recover, and he needs to let his body detox. Because for this upcoming season, he needs to be 100% in order for his body to grow, to get bigger. Because the thing is, if you look at his physique, throughout this year, he did a total of 4 shows, and starting from this year's Arnold, Ohio, all the way till Romania Pro, he wasn't able to improve. He wasn't able to beat his Arnold, Ohio look. So hopefully the next time he steps on stage, that is gonna be the Olympia next year. And hopefully we are gonna see some significant improvements in his physique at that time. Now it is so wild to think that Rafael Brandao made his pro debut back in 2017. And you guys are gonna agree that size-wise, he's not even close to beating the top 6 at Miss Olympia. Because I personally think he did not get any bigger from this year's Arnold. And him and his team around him, they were just exaggerating the number too much in terms of Rafael Brandao and his weight, that he is gonna be 15 pounds heavier at the Olympia this year compared to the Arnold, Ohio. So I believe he is gonna be back to the drawing board, and he really needs to put on some serious size if he ever wants to become a title contender at the Olympia level. And now that he has earned that Olympia qualification for next year, so early in the season, that is the ideal case scenario for him. But considering the fact that there is a huge amount of money to be made in the season, with the prize money going up with every passing year, it is gonna be really interesting to see if Rafael Brandao decides to sit out of the entire season and focus on just the Olympia, or is he gonna choose to jump into a show like the Pittsburgh Pro or like Dubai Pro. So hard luck for the beast Akim Williams, who brought a really impressive package here in Romania Pro, but he came up just a bit short. Now I am pretty sure that he won't be doing this upcoming prog. Maybe I'm wrong, but this has been overall a very good run for Akim Williams and Chris Hito in 2024. Because the thing is, after so many years, we saw Akim bringing decent enough condition in all of these shows that he did this year, especially here at Romania Pro. And that is what made us fans question the victory of Rafael Brandao over him here. Now that being said, I have to say he literally has zero chance of winning this upcoming prog because of a guy like Martin Fitzwater. But still, we would all love to see him up there against guys like Martin and of course Chris Bumstead. But up until last week, it was a done deal that Akim won't be doing this upcoming prog. But hopefully I am wrong on this one, and we will get to see him on that prog pro stage. But the chances of that happening, they are looking kinda slim. So Emir in third place which by the way was no surprise. I mean, just take a look at the kind of conditioning that he brought to this year's Romania Pro stage. He was without any shadow of a doubt the most conditioned guy up there. So Emir has been chasing his first pro win for quite some time now, and he always falls short. But the good thing is that throughout this year, Emir has consistently placed in the top 3. Now I have no idea what was going on with his abdominals. He wasn't very conscious about his midsection, especially in the transitions, and Emir really needs to work on those abs, because his front shots, they will be a lot better if he has bad development of abs. But overall, it was a job well done by him and his coach Chris Aceto. So Marcelo aka Harem, he came in 4th. So did he really improve from his last show, which was the Arnold Ohio this year, or more importantly, than his pro debut last year in Romania Pro? Well, here is a comparison of him doing the front double biceps from the same show last year versus this year. So Romania 2023, that has to be taken as the standard, not the Arnold Ohio this year, because he was kinda off at this year's Arnold, and Romania 2023, that was his best look overall. Well, I definitely think that he posed better here tonight, and he was able to hide his waist a lot better than the way he did last year. So the irony is that Harem was the one who was calling Vasi Visers a square, which is kinda funny. He shouldn't be calling anyone a square when he himself has that kind of waist, which is just so wide. So I have a question for you guys. Some of these famous backstage pictures, like the front double biceps, like the side chest, why they do not translate on the stage for Harem? Well, the thing is, there has been an argument that if Harem's upper body, if it was as good as his quads, he can be a future Miss Olympia. Well, I have to say that same thing can be applied for Nick Walker as well. That if Nick had better quads, as good as his upper half, or as good as Harem, he for sure is gonna be Miss Olympia. But that we all know isn't a possibility, because we are literally talking about changing the genetics of a certain athlete. So Harem went from placing 3rd in that same show last year. He was able to beat guys like Nitin Diesha, Muhammad Fada, and Andre Presley last year, and all of them are Olympians. But this year he finished 4th, and he got beat by a guy like Emir, a guy who hasn't even stepped on the Olympia stage before. So what does this say about his career's trajectory moving forward? Well, the good thing is that Harem is confirmed for this upcoming prog, and I think Chris Bumstead, that is also gonna expose the hell out of some of these guys, especially some of their weaknesses. For instance, in case of Harem, his wide waist, because C-Bump we all know has such a tiny waistline. So talking about the 212 class, Radoslav beats Ahmed Ashkanani and secures his Olympia spot for next year. So does this marks the start of the downfall for Ahmed Ashkanani? First, he placed his career's worst, 9th place in the world, at the Olympia this year just 4 weeks back. And now he got beat by Ruda here in Romania. So Ashkanani still has got that mass and that freaky looking muscle bellies, especially in the upper half. But I have to say his heydays, they are behind him now. So this was such a special talent that in the first year, when he came onto the scene, he was able to place 2nd behind Flex Lewis back in 2016. And the bodybuilding world waited for him year after year to bring more separation, more lines in his quads. But unfortunately, he was never able to do that. So Alexander, who placed his career's best, 3rd here, he is gonna be a real star in the 212 class, especially in the future. Right now, we have a very athletic champion in the 212 in the form of Keon Pearson. And Alexander is also one of those guys who represents mass with class, mass with aesthetics. So let me know what you guys think about the results here in Romania Pro. Did Rafael Brandao deserve to win, or will you make an argument for Akim Williams? So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.